You might be wondering why every once in a while I'll post a video from my truck. Well, the reason for that is that when I get home, my parents are going to be home and they're not planning on leaving at any point during the day. At least not for long enough for me to record a video, which means that knowing that my parents would not like the idea of me talking to strangers over the internet, am going to go ahead and take the initiative and record the video now rather than later. Luckily for me, this is a free weekend. I can talk about anything that I want to. Let's start with Lord of the Flies. Everybody's read Lord of the Flies. It's a really simple book, and it's just about a bunch of boys who get trapped on an island. In the beginning, there's this leader named Ralph, who they all elect the leader democratically. And then there's Jack, who's really jealous of Ralph because Jack thinks that he should have been the leader. Well, obviously this doesn't work out, and Jack, just like any other human would, gets more and more jealous over time until he reaches the point that he just can't deal with it anymore. And he splits off and he invites everyone from Ralph's tribe to join him, and they'll create a new tribe in which they'll hunt and they'll get meat, and everyone will be happy and have fun. They slowly start to believe him, especially after he kills a mother pig. And then that night at the feast, they're all dancing and reenacting the killing of this pig, when Simon comes out of the woods and he's claiming that he found a dead body, at which point he is murdered. There's Piggy, who is an intellectual, but nothing beyond that. And then there's Ralph himself. One night, Jack and his tribe sneak over, and they steal Piggy's glasses. Piggy's glasses, up to this point, have been used as a way to light the fires. And without the glasses, they have no way to keep the fire lit, and therefore no way of safety, because Ralph is... So the next morning, Piggy, Ralph, and Sam and Eric go to confront Jack and his tribe about stealing, and why they should give back the things that they have stolen, namely Piggy's glasses. Somehow that just doesn't get through to them in their savage ways, and they tie Sam and Eric up and throw a boulder down a cliff, which knocks Piggy into the water, killing him, leaving Ralph by himself. Ralph runs away. He hides in the woods. The next morning, they light the woods on fire to try to smoke him out. Ralph runs away. He runs out of the woods, and he goes to the beach. When he's on the beach, he finds a naval officer standing there. And therefore, that's their rescue. They are saved from this island. If you were to take the book completely literally, this is what Lord of the Flies would be about. You get to the end, and there's this Navy officer on the beach. And he goes, "So what, have you been having a war or something?" And Ralph nods, and then the Navy officer, who is in himself a tool for war, actually chastises them for war. This is part of human nature also. We don't see what's morally wrong in what we're doing, but we always see what is morally wrong with what someone else is doing, even if they're the exact same thing. I like the allegory, I like the symbolicism behind the entire story, because if it was just a story of the beach, if it was just a story of these kids trapped on a beach on an island, then it would be a terrible, shitty story. But it's not. It's a story about humanity, and how humanity is always the same no matter what world we're in. So I'm sorry this has been really boring, and I know most of you have already read Lord of the Flies. I just honestly didn't have anything else to talk about. I will see you tomorrow, Amy.